I am the wife of Jerry Stubik, a Chicago detective, killed in the line of duty in 1969, April 14th. Originally, my son Steve and I were discussing what could be done for the fallen officers. So at the time, Chicago Park District was offering a plant a tree program.
They went to the park district superintendent at the time, said, can we get a park for this purpose to honor fallen officers? And they went to Rainbow Beach. They planted 3 trees.
And that was in '99, and we planted the first 3 trees for the 3 officers that were killed in line of duty, the most recent. Somewhere between then and 2000, the mayor's office, the Chicago Park District, and the police department got involved in building a police memorial.
September 23rd of 2000, this area, this current park, was given to fallen police officers through the Park District and the mayor and a whole group of concerned people.
They did put 460 trees on a landscaped area with beautiful benches, gold stars on the benches, and a huge in-ground plaque. It was overwhelming. I was fortunate enough to give the speech and to introduce Mayor Daley, and we were thrilled. What came past that was more than we ever expected.
September 18, 1997, my husband was killed. He was a Chicago police officer. We've always gone to other memorials in different states like Washington and Springfield, and when the vision came up from the superintendent, say, let's do this in Chicago, we can do this. Everybody stepped on board and started working very hard at this.
When I first became superintendent, we had several events here at the park. I just thought that the park was nice, but we needed more, and I really felt that we needed a wall with the names of police officers. So I approached Gladys and talked to her, and she talked to the other Gold Star families, and they were excited about the project. From there, we got Mike Murphy on board, and then Scott Arney, and then Bill Beach, and it just snowballed from there.
At that time, the superintendent approached me and asked me if I'd work on that special project with the Gold Star family members. It made a perfect fit. I am a police officer, but I'm also a Gold Star family member myself, in that my grandfather was killed in 1934 on the job. So I was able to see the whole project from both sides.
It wasn't traditional in the sense that we didn't have, here's an exact plan and exactly what we're going to do to execute the plan. We knew that the cause was just, and that if we spent enough time and got the right people involved, we would get it done, and that's exactly what happened.
Gold Star family members got together with designers, and they were asking us what we were looking for. And we explained we didn't want it to look so gloom and come out here in tears.
We had some great assistance from the Illinois chapter of landscape architects. They got together, they did the design charrette for us back in April of 2004, right out at Vernon Harbor. We developed more ideas.
Our first fundraiser was selling t-shirts throughout the department, and just by selling t-shirts, I think we sold them for $20 a piece to raise money for the memorial, and the idea just kicked off from there. And then other units began holding their own fundraisers. They had the motorcycle ride to remember, they had a race, hot dog sales. It was just great. The department all embraced this. Then Scott and Bill Beach started approaching the companies in Chicago, and they embraced it too. One of the first businessmen we approached was Phil Corboy. His family has been on the police department. He was great. He got us rolling, and Motorola was our biggest donor, coming up with $750,000, and that really got the park rolling.
When it got time to build the park, there was no egos involved relative to the construction and the design. Anytime you're looking at something of this magnitude, economics is going to come in as well as the artistry, and everybody just got together and figured out how we could blend as much artistry for the monies that we could afford to make it happen, and it worked real well.
It was a real partnership from the start. It was the Chicago Police Department, it was the Gold Star family members, it was the Park District, volunteers, everybody that's been involved with this project has done it for the right reasons. They did it for the cause.
We can never fully repay those fallen heroes for the sacrifice they have made to make what this city is all about. In some small way, this park says thank you.
3, 2, 1.
Nobody really could imagine what this park would be like. I told the superintendent, I told many people, you can look at all the pictures and all the drawings in the world. Until you're out here and you're surrounded and you feel the breeze and you see the trees and you smell the flowers and everything else, you can't truly appreciate what this park is all about. There's so much symbolism in this park. At the entrance of each park, we've got a 30 and a 28-foot stainless steel pylon. It's got checkerboard pattern built into it, but it's swung on an axis. It's turned on an axis for a purpose. We wanted that to be like a doorway, an entryway into this park that was very inviting. It's an open door. It's swung in and saying, come in and see what's inside here. There's a reason why there's concrete on the sacrifice space. It's not all granite. The concrete is symbolic of every officer that's done the job and survived. The granite is standing out from the rest of us as those officers on a more precious material that says, hey, you know, these are the ones that went before us and made that sacrifice.
There are different notes in the park that describe law enforcement officers and their families. And the best one for me is sacrifice, because they made a sacrifice, the families made a sacrifice, and we survived it. And it's important to survive.
That means so much, and for years and years from now, family members of those police officers can come in here, sit down, look at the wall, and remember their loved one. And they can point out, that was your grandfather, that was your great-grandfather, and I think that's just wonderful.
The living sacrifice was something a recruit that had actually come up to me and given me the idea. He came up and asked if there was going to be a place for Joe Earhart and Cedric Brumley and Jim Mullins in the park who've been catastrophically injured. I told him, I just looked at him and I said, yeah, there's going to be. And there wasn't. The design was done. But when he hit on it, I said, that's another thing we have to recognize, those terrible sacrifices and injuries and people that are still alive.
We achieved every goal that we set out to achieve. Economically, we brought it in within budget. Time frame, we wanted to get it done and dedicated in 2006. We did that. From the aspect of the grassroots, this is representative of literally thousands of people's efforts, money, time, any way that you could combine and work together throughout the city of Chicago. It's happened, and this is the product of it, and that's got to make you feel good no matter what.
The thing that made this work so well is because everybody was committed and everybody saw the vision here of, hey, this is dedicated to the 520 police officers who've lost their lives in the line of duty. You see the finished product here. It's just magnificent. We set out to have the finest memorial in the country, and I think we've done that.